Okay, a quick pros and cons video on this 2022 Mazda CX-30 Turbo Premium Plus. Okay, first pro is going to be this drivetrain setup. I've always liked the Mazda turbo engine coupled with this 6-speed automatic transmission. They've continued to refine this over the years, and this is just so smooth, so effortless, hardly any turbo lag. The 6-speed transmission shifts quickly and smoothly, and I appreciate that. Just keep in mind though, this is not some type of hot hatchback or some crazy fire-breathing engine. Sure, it makes good power with premium fuel, 250 horses, 320 pounds-feet of torque, but it's a more relaxed and casual engine. It's more of a luxury feature more than anything. I feel like most families can get away with a regular, non-turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces 186 horses and 186 pounds-feet of torque. But if you can afford this turbo, definitely go ahead and get it. Smooth, quiet, and efficient. Now, before we get into this video, I would like to thank Simply Carbon Fiber for once again sponsoring this channel and this video. Simply Carbon Fiber is a company that produces real carbon fiber accessories for the car enthusiast primarily. So if you want to buy this minimalistic money clip either for yourself or for a spouse or another car enthusiast in your life as a gift, you may do so. I will have my 10% discount code located in the description box and in the pinned comment. So thanks again to Simply Carbon Fiber. Now back to this video. The main con with these Mazda engines is they're not the most fuel efficient compared to its competitors. Certain Kia models, Honda models, they'll do like 40 mpg quite effortlessly. City, highway, whatever. This is not one of those vehicles. This is rated to do around 22 in the city and 30 on the highway. I get between 18 to 20 in the city, depending on how aggressive I am with that throttle pedal, and I've averaged around 28 on the highway doing a 160-mile round trip. The regular 4-cylinder doesn't see a huge boost in MPG. I think it's like 24 in the city and 31 on the highway, so just keep that in mind. Not bad figures, but not the best either. Other pros include this interior space. This interior makes every other compact regular car interior look like a Motel 6 bathroom. This is so well crafted. We have here this 3-toned interior with the brown, the black, the white seats. It's truly something to behold. And this 12-speaker audio system, this Bose, definitely worth getting. Although the regular 8-speaker Mazda system probably isn't too bad, but if you can afford this 12-speaker Bose, it's certainly something to consider. You get this with the Turbo Premium model, which is around 33 grand. Also, the seating position, they always nail that as well. Really inspires confidence there. I also like the way the exterior looks for the most part. However, my only real con with the exterior design is the way they have the front turn signals implemented. I don't like that little strip that they put at the bottom. It's very difficult for most people to see. Most of the oncoming traffic, I mean. They should have just implemented that inside of the headlights. Not really sure why they didn't do that, but it is what it is. Another major pro, this is one of the most quietest and most refined regular cars that you can possibly get. This doesn't even utilize double pane glass, yet there's hardly any wind noise. The level of isolation this provides is rivaling like a 50K plus European vehicle. I mean, that's just how quiet this is. Hardly any tire noise. It's so impressive. Many people might complain that this vehicle utilizes a torsion beam rear suspension, but this is one of the best riding vehicles even with that torsion beam. In fact, it handles and rides like a vehicle with a multi-link suspension. That's how much work Mazda has put into that rear suspension. So even when you sit in the back, it doesn't ride like complete garbage. And that brings me to the next pro. It's the handling of this. So if you're confused between the CX-5 and the CX-30, you buy the CX-30 because this is a far superior driving experience. It just handles so much better. It's far more nimble and just has an extra level of connection to it. And also when you take left-hand turns, right-hand turns, and you kind of floor it, this doesn't kind of rip apart its front end. This remains pretty neutral and puts down its power extremely well. Another big pro is they've made all-wheel drive standard across the board for every CX-30 and for every CX-5 as well. That's one of the major changes for 2022. The thing with the CX-5 is that Turbo Premium that I tested in the CX-5, it always had like this resistance to the steering when I made a sharp turn while flooring it. It's a very subtle thing. Most people are not going to care. Just something to note. So this just drives a little bit better than a CX-5. But the biggest con for most people is going to be the space, right? This is a very petite vehicle, and that's why I keep recommending the CX-5 for most families, because most families can take advantage of the space more than they can take advantage of the handling benefits that the CX-30 has to offer, right? So the rear seats, it's not that plentiful. However, the trunk space is decent in here. Back to the pros for this Mazda interior: the electronics, the infotainment system, the 8.8-inch screen, so easy to use. Pretty much all black and white to reduce any form of distractions. It's simple, ergonomic, no problems. I love the dedicated HVAC controls. And another pro of this vehicle is going to be the stability at higher speeds. It's pretty good. That's kind of my quick pros and cons video on this 2022 CX-30, in case you don't want to sit through a 20-minute long review. But if you do want to sit through a 20-minute long review, I'm going to leave a link to that video, the full review for the CX-30, in the end screen here. So make sure to click on that next.